Alright, welcome back to the league race this time with FTRL for round number 11, I think, of FTRL this season, Division 1 at Canada. Dan has jinxed both qualifying and the race with rain, so great stuff. And that's where we're at for this session. So, not particularly ideal. I do not enjoy wet running. Wet running. The conditions will, because it's only 5 tenths, just under 6 tenths from interest to wet, so those conditions will switch shortly, but they're not going to be dry for qualifying. I do not know what they're going to be like for the race. I'd assume intermediates. So we're going to load the setup and just do as best as we can. The idea always here is to get no penalties and see where the dice lands after that with regards to safety cars and all that kind of thing. So there's the setup, nothing too wild or mad to it. I ended up putting the suspension down to 6. So, anyways, I did try a few wet runs. After that, though, inters were quickly the one of choice. Here's my last run. I actually just missed out by a few seconds on another run after this lap, but it's only going to be a 18.6. Is that? It's good enough for not to qualify my teammate, and it's good enough for P15, I think. I'm not even on the list. Where am I? P15. There it is. So we'll go. We'll try and see how we can get on. But yeah, going to be like. I mean, it's fairly consistent with the where I've been normally qualifying this season. So it's not too far away, really. So we've made it work before. So we'll try and make it work again, and just go from there. So I mean, we can only go up, right? I mean, one would assume we can only go up. We are starting this race on mediums, so it can't be that wet then. So the rain's going to dry pretty quickly then. And yeah, we're going to go long on mediums. We'll see then how we get on. I reckon we could stretch long enough to go medium, soft, soft, rather than medium, medium, soft. I'd say that's what changes here. In retrospect, I should have done another strategy, which we'll talk about afterwards, but I couldn't have predicted the way the tyres would unfold with this race. I did leave medium as an option, but I would eventually end up changing that to medium, soft. So we'll save a lot of fuel to start the race, as Scooby is saying, but for now, we'll see how we get on. You know, this is what we're going to try and work this. Make this the best we can. Do I actually get to change? I don't think I got to change the strategy here, but I did change it in race. So, anyways, going to load in and get ready to rock and roll. Here we go then. Wet conditions to start this race on dry tires. Should be fun. 5 red lights, and away we go. Decided to put in lean and not use overtake off the start because I had no idea what the wheel spin's going to be like. I tried to find a limit on the formation lap. Anyways, a big accident in front. I stick to the left-hand side. A little bit of contact there from Funky there. Safety car is immediately deployed. All of that was caused by Mash losing the back end and the snowball effect happening. It was hilarious to watch back on stream. But in the meantime, I believe Joe and Dan do have damage. I was on the right side, so I got away nicely with that. So, on medium tyres, you know, we'll see how we get on. I think there's guys who do have damage in front, so... so, yeah, poor old Matt causing everything to happen there. It was so funny afterwards to look at that back. Lap 3, safety car getting ready to restart. Matt was very impressed with Scuba's thoughts after that. She got a grand old view of the stream. It was honestly the greatest thing ever. Honestly, so funny. Anyways, a very poor restart, really. I actually didn't realize how poor this was. But I'm just trying to find tractions on. I'm just trying to see where the grip is. The track is, I'm guessing, drying, but not a ton. We're still on a wet track, damp track. And then we're going to stay ahead of Lennon for the time being. But honestly, this next part of the race literally just... I mean, I'm struggling to find grip. I missed that apex completely. You know, it's a tough old slog out there. But this next part of the race is literally everyone overtaking me. Like, literally everyone. It's still raining, so I'm trying to find the grip. Sway is going to be the first one to have a go. And again, as I said in my NSR versus TTG video, know when to fight, know when not to fight. I can't defend that. I can't defend this. So I am not going to do anything. You know, at some point I have to get out of it. And... penalties are beginning to merge already. So this is exactly what I want. So Dylan will be next. And lap 5 again, I'm struggling hard here for grip. And coming out of the hairpin again, I'm not really going to fight this because I can't. I think DRS was enabled, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see now. We're coming back on the wing here of Dylan. Didn't look like it was, but I thought DRS was enabled normally at lap 3. But anyways, he goes through, and again, the quicker people are making their way through the crowd. Oh, now it's enabled after safety car. Okay, there we go. That answers my question. So it's dry enough for a DRS. And lap number 6, Lynx is going to be next here, I think, to have a go. And didn't think I'd be defending this initially, but he's going to go for it. And again, decided, I saw him coming, decided, no, I know he's coming, not going to turn in there. I see him. And he gets a place there. So that's him up into P10. I'm slipping here, no pun intended. Lap 8, this time Lennon is going to be the next one to have a go. So I hope to defend this a bit better, but again, I just felt a bit powerless at this stage of the race. Maybe I could have defended that a bit harder. I know the other guys have got a lot more pace, but I thought maybe looking at the back of that, I maybe could have defended that a little bit harder if I hold the racing line. It's such a dodgy chicane, that, because if you hold the inside, some people are stupid enough to go around the outside of that chicane, and that never ever works. You're always collecting the car in front of you, alongside you. If you're trying to if someone goes defensive and you're trying to go around the outside of that chicane, it just does not work. So maybe that's played a bit in my mind. There goes Dutch anyways. It's certainly not going to fight that for my own safety. So anyways, he gets through. This first stint ended up being very kind to the tyres. In retrospect, I wish I don't know if I could have pushed this any longer, to be fair. If you switch to soft tyres, you got a really good run of this, because the way the track is obviously now back to full dry conditions, like it's like as it would be if it was bone dry to begin with. But people on softs are able to extend quite well. Dan in particular is able to extend really well on his softs, and I was able to extend really well on my mediums. Like I still haven't pitted yet. As Joe got by there, Chris is going to be next, and then Matt, who has pitted, I believe, is behind him. So I did try and defend Chris because I had DRS in front. So I thought maybe the straight line speed could have. But again, back out of that, he's too far along, he's too far forward in front of my car for me to have any, to warrant any defense on my behalf. Like, he's through, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's too far in front. He's got, that corner is his at that point. So that's not a corner I can, it's not a hairpin that I can, leave later on the brakes and down the inside. No, it's not going to work at that chicane. Know when to get out. So lap 15, I'm still extending here. Kevin has pitted, I believe, as well, so he is going to get through again. Except who you're fighting, except who you're not. Kind of, how much I'm falling down the field here is concerning me a bit. The pace here wasn't great compared to others. Again, this is a tough, competitive division. There are very quick drivers here. Lap 17, we finally do come in. At this stage now, I've been able to decide, extend softs. Usually you're taking your mediums maybe 10, maybe 12 or so laps, 12, 13 laps. So if you start on softs, like Dan was able to pit a few laps ago and do soft to mediums. In retrospect, this was probably the best strategy to do, but he got lucky with that in regards. He had to pit lap 1 from his mediums because he obviously damaged his wing at the carnage in front. But we're going to merge just in front of Funky Chicken, just behind Lennon and just behind Tico as well. So I think I've got one warning at this stage, so we're in good shape here at the halfway mark of this race. Lap number 24, nothing really happened. I just followed Lennon for a bit. Gradually got, actually, towards the end of this stint, the pace was actually really good in comparison to Lennon.
You'd be surprised.
I decided here I was going to go for the move because, again, I thought it was going for a few laps. I decided that I felt I didn't clear him enough to move back onto the racing line, which compromised my entry into that chicane and obviously hence my exit as well. I got my second warning because of that. I probably could have filed back in. I don't know. I thought it was so dangerous at that high speed to maybe do in that moment, so that's why I didn't do it. Maybe I could have. I should have really been able to extend a lap or two more. Again, the pace was really good on this stint, the second stint, and for some reason, the final stints, the pace wasn't. I wasn't as happy with this set of tires. for this last stint. They're brand new, I believe, as well, because obviously wet qualifying, we had all the softs available to us. I just wasn't very happy with how this last stint felt compared to the previous stint. Again, same tires, so I don't really know. So that was a bit confusing. But anyways, we're going to try and chop on. We're in 15th place. Other people have got to pit. We're going to chase some of the people as well. We got Wesker and Lynx dogging it out here in front here. Dogging it out sounds wrong. They're duking it out rather. I want to try and make a move here. Normally, if you make a move here, you're not going to be able to clear enough to be able to get the other DRS zone to be re-overtaken. But because Lynx is right there within DRS, I'm going to have it anyway. So I felt like, yeah, that's a good place to overtake Wesker. I got a good run out of that corner and got the move done there. Now, I won't be able to get Lynx immediately, but I will have DRS. So, that's at least a positive. I missed that corner completely. I have no idea how. Same corner. I believe it's turn 4 and 5. No, sorry, 5 and 6. Lynx is actually going to give this one up. You see, he backs off there, so appreciate him not making that too hard. Maybe that was out of, maybe when I did earlier, didn't make it hard for him to get past or turn in. So I like to think that if you race cleanly, things like that will come back around to you. Lap 32. Dutch had a drive-through under the VSC, so he's going to come back through here. I knew I couldn't keep him behind, so he goes through, and really after that, that's basically going to do it. Again, at this part of the race, as the softs weren't great, I wasn't extending it out from Wesker and Lynx as much as I would have thought. So this last stint disappointed me in terms of pace, in terms of where the tyres are at. But here we go then. Lap 35, no penalties. Sadly, there's no safety car in the last 10 laps after Joe DNF'd. I would have thought maybe that would have brought a safety car perhaps. It's only a VSC, I think. And sadly, for all my efforts, it's going to be one place made for P10. A very hard-fought P10. I got overtaken a lot. The strategy didn't quite work out. Look at that. Only Kevin and myself didn't get pens. Sadly, it was only worth one position, so that was disappointing. I say a late safety car would have changed the game there, but that's that's how it goes sometimes. So you put yourself in the position for these things to work out, and sometimes you get the luck, sometimes you don't. But all you can do is just run a clean race and see what happens after that. So yeah, happy that I did that. Again, going in, the objective here is to try not get pens. I did that, and I can hold my head up high with that. So yeah, that's going to be all for this week. Next up is Monza. Ooh, yes, Italy. Excellent stuff. I do enjoy that track, and I have gone well there this season. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.